Hi guys, Happy New Year, guys. Welcome to my.
Hi guys, Happy New Year, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. My name is Orelo Atintope. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a frequent viewer, thanks for always being my channel. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I film on life issues generally surrounding the youth. I film on faith, lifestyle, relationship goals, as well as everything that surrounds the Nigerian youth. And this platform is created especially for you to realize that you are actually a solution provider and not a problem in your generation. So guys, happy new year, happy 2026, happy beautiful 2026. As my culture over the years has been my first video for the year, I give a recap of the previous year and also my plans for the new year. So come with me guys as I take you through my experience, my moments, my up and my downs in 2025. 2025 began on a good note for me, and to God be the glory, also ended on a very good note for me. I began and I finished my National Youth Service in 2025. So 2025 was for me my year of service to God, my year of service to humanity, my year of service to my country, and my year of service to people around me. Yeah. 2025, I really focused on making myself not the priority, but making others the priority, like trying to give my best wherever I find myself in 2025. Okay. So 2025, I had to opt for the National Youth Service scheme because it's mandatory of every youth in Nigeria. Upon completing your tertiary education, you have to go for the NYC, which is shortened form of the National Youth Service Scheme. And then I wanted to serve in Lagos because, come on, who was going to serve in Lagos? Lagos is like money making city. The money you make everywhere else, apart from Abuja, Port Harcourt, and Lagos, you make that money almost at once in Lagos. Meanwhile, in other cities, you might have like 3, 4 times to make that same money. So I went to serve like, oh, boo. I'm like, okay, fine. And I went to the camp for 3 weeks. I remember when I was leaving home, my mom was like, camp is studious. If you can't cope, come back home, please. Like she had to put that in my head several times. Like if you can't cope in camp, just take an exit. You have to go back home for personal reasons. So I went to camp and camp was fun. I made friends both among core members and non-core members. Camp was actually, in fact, Ogun State is actually the best camp. Like I would recommend for anybody. At first, when I was going to camp, I was like, oh, Ogun State, like Ogun State. But when I went to the camp and I did the 3 weeks orientation, in fact, I almost cried the last day of camp because it was fun, it was beautiful. Our state coordinator is, my gosh, she's the best state coordinator ever, actually. Sorry, guys, if you feel bad about that, but I'm going to tell you that our state coordinator, Princess Nasamu, she was actually and she's still the best coordinator ever. So sorry guys if you are hearing that from me, Ogun State coordinator is actually the best state coordinator in NYC. So all right, so I had my 3 weeks camp service and it was fun. The soldiers were so strict. Like I remember coming back from camp and I had PTSD. Like I was used to waking up by 2, by 3 a.m. because you have to get up early and morning drills, go for parade, science lectures, science practicals, and you can't come back around 10. Yeah, 10, light goes off by 11, and then following morning. So 3 weeks, it was rigorous actually, but it was fun because I learned that team spirit in camp. Like I was made to march, and I really enjoyed marching actually. The soldiers made me march, and I liked it. I had to form bond with people that I've never met before, and it was cool. Yeah. So if you're a youth in Nigerian youth and you're contemplating on not going for anywhere system, I think you should actually have a change of mind and experience that 3 weeks orientation because it's wonderful. So after camp, I tried getting favorable accommodation in Ogun State, but all what I was getting was actually on the high side. And I was like, wait, I can't be selfish in this new year. I'm not the only child of my parents. They have to cater for my siblings. So I said, okay, fine. Well, I wanted to, the areas I was getting accommodations were not cheap actually. So I had to just, okay, fine. What's the next option? I had to redeploy to Oyo State. Yeah. And I was like, okay, fine. Oyo State, and I had to do redeployment in camp here because that's actually one of the best things that works. Redeployment in camp works better actually, and had to do that in camp, and it was good. He had to do that redeployment in camp. I didn't pay a dime. Yes. I just gave my reason I wanted to redeploy, and like boom, I redeployed to Oyo State, and I got a very good TP, and I began to serve from we left camp February 11, and then 2 weeks leave, because once you leave camp you're supposed to rest for 2 weeks so you can rejuvenate and get back your strength. So 2 weeks leave, and I had to wait for my portal to change to Ibadan and to show that I'd redeployed to Ibadan. And then by ending of February my portal finally changed, and then March, first week of March, officially I resumed, and yeah, it was good, it was beautiful, it was a wonderful experience in my PPA. Yeah. So that's for service. Then also 2025 was the year that, oh yeah, my dream came true. My dream came true. As you can see here, 2025 I got my BL. As a lawyer, before you can become a lawyer in Nigeria, you have to go to Nigerian law school, which is not a child's play actually. You have to study, you have to study, you have to learn, you have to unlearn, you have to relearn. So 2020, I wrote my exam in November 2024, and April 2025 result came out, and yeah, I made it, and I was called to the Nigerian bar on July 9, 2025. So 2025 also was actually a year of both service and of achieving my dream of becoming a legal practitioner in Nigeria. Yeah. Also, 2025 was a year I actually explored my dreams, because one of my dreams actually is to be an human rights activist, not the the it must be like this, it must be like this. No, like a gentle and a more calm human rights activist, such that I want to show that okay, people that are put behind the bars, they are given a means to speak, like okay, this was what led me to the bar, like this was what led me being locked up behind the bar, and this is what I would like you to help me with. So through that, knowing that that's actually part of my goals and my dreams, I I had pro bono services in my CDS. I belong to the Legal Aid CDS, and that's Community Development Service for NYC, and I did pro bono. Pro bono means free. So I ran pro bono services for two inmates of the correctional center, and yeah, with God's help, I was able to have them released, and then we had few interactions with them on rehabilitating them back into society, and yeah, it was success to the glory of the Lord. Also 2025 was a year of I dared myself. Like I didn't put myself in a box. Like I'm not, this for past years, I'm always like, oh Olua, this is your strength, this is what you can do very well, this is your limits. I think you should try and work on it. This is your weakness. No. In 2025, I broke beyond my limit actually in almost all areas of life. I stressed myself, I gave myself to learning, unlearning and relearning, especially in the legal profession and also in the outside world. I made friends with people that were not lawyers, because life is not about white and black. Life is not about law at all times. I made friends, I became more jovial, I became more friendly when it was necessary, yeah, actually. So 2025 was a year of I broke the winds, I broke my box of putting myself in a box. I interacted, I partied, I socialized, and at the same time, I didn't let go of. I needed to be serious when need arose for that. So 2025 also, I made friends. I lost some friends. Not they didn't die, but it's just like okay, it's no longer working. Like we're no longer close. Oh, is this really me? Yeah. Those that you normally that someone that you can't see except by appointment was who God helped me, and I was like, oh God, this is really, really you. Yeah. So 2025, I really gave myself to, I really wanted to learn the dynamics of the legal profession. Yeah, through the help of my mentors. Yeah, I don't do life alone. My mentors, spiritually, career wise, socially, financial. Yeah, I reached out to my mentors, and they held my hand, and God really helped me soar in 2025. 2025 was also a year that I really understood the phrase that the sky is wide enough for you to fly without you trying to hide or trying to push down anybody. 2025, I also focused on my growth. I didn't let what people say. Yeah, it got to me at the point, but yeah, when I cry over it, I'm like, see, I just dust myself and I carry on as if nothing ever happened. 2025, I developed this thick skin, especially towards the end of the year. I developed this thick skin that is not all parties you win, and it's not every time you have to explain to people. You hold nobody an apology, except you hold nobody an explanation except your family, of course, and yourself. And then nobody deserves to clap for you. You have to clap by yourself for yourself. So I gave myself those motivation at the point where I needed the break. I took the break when it was needed because of course I worked in 2025, not even career. I did personal work on myself. I wrote I even applied for writing competitions, and yeah, I tried my best. Not just I didn't limit myself to just my career alone. I love writing, so I really developed myself writing for. I remember there was an essay I wrote for Bank of Industry sometime in August. It was even very close to deadline before I completed the challenge, and yeah, I wrote it and I felt very fulfilled. 2025 also was a year of not just about me, it was about my family. It was about putting smiles on people around me. Once I know you and I'm very close to you, like I get this access to you, I kind of treat you as a family. 2025 was a year that I realized that God first in everything I do. 2025, I became more prayerful. I became more careful of my growth, especially. I knew when to put this out and when not to put this out. 2025, I thought beyond my limit. I thought beyond my age, actually, because I realized that um, once youth are serving, you just kind of feel relaxed that, oh, PPA is paying, federal government is paying, so I don't really have to push myself that hard. No, 2025 I pushed myself. I was like, say, this is after the NYSC, it becomes real. So I started taking myself on that journey that I have nothing. Yeah, I had to start pushing myself, putting myself out there. Like, okay, I can do this, I can do that. I remember I went for a couple of interviews, and it was more like this career will you break through? Yeah, and God really came through for me in 2025. 2025 also was a year of I built my defenses, I built my boundary, I set my limit. In the sense that over the years, growing up, I'm always this very introvert, very quiet, and whatever opinion you have about me, I did not really bother. Yeah. So over the years, even when I was growing my formative years, which kind of affected me later on, was there was this slogan around my colleagues then was, oh, I was too quiet. So they tell me for being proud. And 2025, I was like, see, I'm going to build my defense when I need to build my defense. So that later on, one of my colleagues were like always very defensive. And in my mind, I coupled, I was like, oh, yes, I want to be defensive because I had known what I went through when I was growing up, when people said a lot that were wrong about me, and I just let it fly. I'm like, this time around, if it comes to my face, if it comes to my hearing, even without me approaching the person, I would kind of make it feel obvious with my behavior and my reaction to it that you'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry I said this to this person, even behind her back. So 2025, I built my defenses, yes. I built my limits. I drew my boundaries. I developed thick skin. I socialized with people even outside the legal profession. I discovered myself. I unboxed myself. I went beyond my limit. I stressed myself. Yeah, I stressed myself. I read. I coached myself a lot of time. I gave it all to God. Like before I start any work, be it brief or anything, I had to just pray and have to let God see me through, walk me through. I remember there was a matter I had to do, and that was my first time at the police station, and it was going beyond physical, and I was like, can I do? I remember that night before I had to reach out to my dad being a pastor, like I'm scared. The other party is this kind of person. And he was like, no, don't worry. Pray, he prayed with me and told me to surrender myself. And I was like, God, remember, it's coming over you. That word keeps ringing in my ear whenever I face a challenge. I'm like, God, you spoke through your son that you remember your covenant over me. So 2025, I did not give room for fears at all. I didn't give room for doubt. That word, I can't. I might say it at first that, oh, I've not done it before. But I'll take it up as a challenge and I'll be like, okay, fine, let me lay my hands on it, let me see how it's done. And in 2025, I opened my mind to a lot of things. When the ups are up, I go give more. Yeah. I gave because I wanted to give, not because I wanted something in return, but I delved towards that area of giving without me having anything, without me expecting from the other person. Yeah, 2025, God helped me. I built relationship with my seniors in the profession. I was also together with my colleagues, but I kind of knew, okay, this is a career that is well grounded on respect and relationship. And I went and made sure I worked with both hand in hand. And then 2025, I learned to read the room. Like, even without you speaking to me, I knew how to deduce from your attitude or deduce from your behavior what you're trying to pass across to me. 2025 was wonderful. Yeah, 2025 too, I learned to save more. I remember I got a couple of things that normally I would have reached out to my parents, like, oh, dad, I want to get this, mom wants to get this. No, I got so many things in 2025 that I was even amazed. 2025, remember my first work as a lawyer was not even my PPA work, but it was based on relationship. And God bless you, Sonia. Thank you for the opportunity to work with you. Yeah, it was wonderful. It was a really, really wonderful opportunity. Yeah, I got so many in 2025. I got my first phone myself. And I pampered myself in 2025 because I was like, oh, wow, I worked for this LLB BL from 2016. So I really needed to take all my flowers by myself. So I got myself a lot of gifts that I could always remember that, oh, I bought this because I was called to the bar. So how my 2025 was. I never stopped developing myself day by day. Yeah, I cried. People got to me. People got on my nerves to the point that I cried. But at the end of it all, I rose up above it. I cleaned my face and I'm like, oh, girl, you can't keep being down forever. So 2025 to me was that year of yes, Lord, thank you for 2025. And now for 2026, and the year I've got plans for 2026 actually, which I believe God is going to help me achieve it. 2026, I plan to be more intentional about my goals, about my career, about my family, about my relationship, about my finances, about all that concerns me actually. 2026, I plan to love more. I plan to give more. I plan to work with God and work for God because there are two different things. I plan to serve God in my little capacity in my own church. And I plan to actually travel more in 2026. God help me. I'm this kind of person that, yeah, part of my hobbies is traveling, but the nature of my work, I have to be in the office Monday to Friday and some Saturdays, but not really compulsory. And then for this 2026, I believe God is going to help me balance it up. 2026, I hope to smile more, work harder, and have fun while working. I hope to balance the work and the leisure aspect of legal profession because law actually interesting if you know how to balance it actually. So that's my plan for 2026. 2026 also I plan to work for God and work with God. I want to relate with the people in my community, in my own like at my own base actually. I plan to launch my goals actually, which is helping the less privileged in 2026. Yeah. And yeah, so far so good. God has been helping me. 2026 has begun about going to 3 weeks now, and it's not been easy. finishing NYC, finding your balance because NYC, as my boss actually said, NYC is that last portal that the society actually places for you. After NYC, you have to set your feet and you have to start providing for yourself. And like you're finally an adult. Like you have your life to live now because you have to just keep living. You stop relying on people once you cross that order of NYC. Like once you're done with NYC, you have to start living as in living. Yeah. So that's how it has been so far, and God has really, really been faithful. And I hope you have been enjoying this AFCON match, actually. Yeah, so I want to wish us all a wonderful 2026, and I hope to be more consistent this year. I mean, that's always my prayer every year, but this year, I really plan to be more consistent. I hope to get my lead light finally this year. I hope to have more viewers this year and have more subscribers, which only you can make it possible by subscribing to my channel, liking my videos, commenting, and of course sharing. 2026 year is going to be up and down, but with God as my anchor, I believe I'm going to sail through. Yep. So guys, if you're new here, welcome. If you're a frequent viewer, thanks for always viewing my channel. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being consistent riding this boat with me. Your baby girl is saying thank you, and I'm super duper grateful. If you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please, what are you waiting for? Click on that red button. Like it doesn't bite. It doesn't bite. Like just a click of your finger, just one of your five fingers is all what you need to click on that red button. Subscribe, like, share, comment as well. 2026 will be coming in with more content, challenges, issues that most Nigerian youth face, and there's no one to cancel them about it. So, guys, till my next video, stay good, stay blessed, stay jiggy, stay amazing. I love you guys. Do have a wonderful 2026. See you at the top. Bye. Shalom.
Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Thank you and thank you as you do so. See you in my next video.